Ticket stealing, woo, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun. Yeah! 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 Kurt Angle! Yeah! Why, Triple H? You son of a lie! Tell me why! And Tony Khan! This is also on you!
I am going to ruin wrestling.
Just get over it!
It is Evolution. WWE Evolution is live. And we are giving to you guys my live reactions for WWE Evolution right here on WrestleHavoc Live. Yeah, as of right now, we got the first match, the Intercontinental title on the line, as Becky Lynch will be facing against Lyra Valkyria, will be facing against Bayley in a triple threat match. Hold on, let me fix this camera real quick. It's a little messed up. Wow, my camera lost focus. But we'll figure out a way. We'll figure out a way. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on a second, guys. I'm fixing this camera. There we go. There we go. We fixed our camera, guys. We fixed our camera. We fixed our camera. All right, we got the triple threat match happening. It's actually kicking off Evolution. The triple threat match is actually kicking off Evolution. We got Becky Lynch versus Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria. Surprisingly, this has actually been enjoying the storyline. Like, I'm being serious. Lyra Valkyria's first run as Intercontinental Champion has been kind of disappointing. But, like, dude, they've been, I mean, the inclusion of Bayley has made the feud a little more interesting. And not only that, I've been enjoying the segments that Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria have been conducting. So, yeah. Before we continue, well, we're continuing on with the live stream, but also just a reminder, please make sure to like and subscribe to the WrestleHavoc channel right here on YouTube, in which we discuss everything in and outside of the squared circle. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content. And whoa! Lyra Valkyria, Lyra Valkyria was going for the pin, and Bayley just went straight for the elbow drop off the top. That was dope. That was dope. Becky and Bayley are on the top. Becky hits a superplex on Bayley. Then she actually, whoa, shit, she transitions into a disarmer. Oh, shit. Oh, snap. That was a beautiful leg drop, by the way, by Lyra. That was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful leg drop. Becky has both Lyra and Bayley. She hits a reverse DDT kick out. This match is really good, bro. Oh, roll up, roll up, roll up. Manhandle slam. Manhandle slam. Bailey and Becky are exchanging strikes. Damn. Belly to belly by Bailey. But Lyra breaks the pin. Lyra breaks the pin. Lyra hit the Nightwing. Becky retains. Becky retains with the backslide. Becky won with the backslide. Becky retains the women's Intercontinental title. That was a really good opening match. I'm not gonna lie. That was a really, really, really good opening match. I really enjoyed the match. Guys, if you guys are watching on If you guys are watching me on the live stream, please make sure to like and subscribe to the WrestleHavoc channel, in which we discuss everything in and outside of the squared circle. I put out a lot of videos on my channel. I not only do live streams, but I also do a podcast. I actually just got done with the WrestleHavoc podcast a couple hours ago. So check that out. Not only that, also check out these live streams that I do. We had over 1,000 people yesterday for All In last night. It was great. It was a great stream. Check out the podcast. Also, check out my content, my long form videos. I definitely would recommend those videos, man. I think you'll like them. Also, comment on the chat, man. I'd love to interact with you guys. Somebody go and get their ass kicked. Oh my God, Vicky Guerrero. Oh my God. What is Vicky Guerrero doing here? What is Vicky Guerrero doing here? Excuse me! Jordan Grace is now going to face JC Jane for the NXT Women's title. Excuse me! We got more commercials happening right now. But the next match we got is JC Jane versus Jordan Grace for the NXT Women's title. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun. I'm live streaming and I'm enjoying my coffee as well. Look at that. Look at that. Central perk. Right there. Central perk. You see that? This is like my third cup of coffee as well, which is crazy. Do-do-do. Jordan Grace is coming out. Jordan Grace is coming out. Hey, she's coming out with Blake Monroe. She's coming out with Mariah May. So Blake Monroe is in the corner of Jordan Grace. So yeah, we got JC Jane versus Jordan Grace. Feel free to comment on the chat, guys. Feel free to comment on the chat. I would love to interact with you guys. Come on. Let's comment on the chat. Rhea contra Io. Karina Centeno. Thank you for commenting on the chat. Rhea contra Io. ¿Estás hablando español? Yo hablo español también. Right now we got Jordan Grace versus JC Jane for the NXT Women's title. They're doing the introductions right now. The opening match, by the way, was Bayley versus Lyra Valkyria versus Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental title. It was a really good match, a really good opener. It was actually one of the. I was not really excited for this show, but I'm gonna be honest. If there was any match that I was actually really excited about, it was the triple threat because I actually was digging the storyline between all three women. It's only a matter of time where JC Jane drops her title because we all know Blake Monroe is going to win that title. It's only a matter of time. We all know Blake Monroe is going to win the NXT Women's title. It's bound to happen. Bound to happen. Michael Cole is promoting TNA Slammiversary. Michael Cole is promoting Slammiversary. I don't know if I'm still gonna go. I could easily get tickets. I was planning on going, but due to some circumstances, I'm probably not gonna go. I didn't get my tickets yet, though. I didn't get my tickets for Slammiversary yet. Jordan Grace with the Tope Suicida. Okay. Okay. Neckbreaker by JC Jane. Feel free to comment on the chat, guys. I would love to interact with you guys. Comment on the chat. Comment on the chat. Damn, nice spine buster by Jordan Grace. This crowd is really rowdy, man. It's a really good crowd. This crowd is really good. And it's a smaller house than last night, because last night's house was around 12,000. Tonight is like 6,000 to 7,000. Tickets for Evolution were selling slow. That's just facts. It's crazy seeing Mariah May on WWE TV. I'm still used to calling her Mariah May. I'm still used to calling her Mariah May. I'm sorry. Backslide countered by JC Jane. Jane tried to go for the knee, but Grace countered, picks her up, sends her to the top. Damn! Grace slams her down, goes to the top. She tried to go for the Vader bomb, man. But she missed. She missed the Vader bomb, guys. Pump kick by JC Jane. I don't watch NXT, but I assume that JC Jane's she I know she beat Stephanie Vaquer, but like it's only a matter of time when she drops that title to whoever, whether that's Blake Monroe or Jordan Grace. I don't know if Jordan Grace is gonna get the win. I don't watch NXT. I think WWE is saving themselves for Mariah May. They really want to put the belt on her, which makes total sense because I mean, she's the definition of a star. So like, of course they're gonna put the belt on her. Like people need to understand that like people were mad that Mariah May was sent to NXT instead of going straight to the main roster, but you have to look at it from all the three brands' perspective. Like if you have Stephanie Vaquer go to Raw and Julia go to SmackDown, I mean those were like the two top women in NXT at the time. I mean right there NXT was gutted out of their top female talent, so of course you need to have somebody in the replacement. In the place of Stephanie Vaquer and Julia. Mariah May is the perfect woman for the job. She is. So it makes total sense as to why she's part of NXT. She's going to be there for a short amount of time, though, I will say. It's only a matter of time where she gets called up to the main roster. I'd give Mariah May a year in NXT, and then she gets called up. Jordan Grace is on the top rope. Oh shit! She went for the Hurricane Rana. It looked a little odd though. Running knee. Kick out by Jordan Grace. Kick out. She kicked out. What kind of headbutt was that? Oh, she got caught with the belt. Jordan Grace. Oh my God, imagine if Jordan Grace actually got the pin. Back fist, spinning back fist. It's so weird seeing Mariah May as a babyface. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. a couple minutes, like less than a minute ago, I was like, it's so weird seeing Mariah May as a babyface, and I was like, oh, never mind, she turned heel. I mean, she should have already been a heel, bro. Mariah May turned on Jordan Grace or Blake Monroe. I still call her Mariah May. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I still call her Mariah May. So I assume we're going to be getting a feud between Jordan Grace and Mercedes Moné. I mean, not Mercedes Moné, Mariah May. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time when JC Jane drops that title. There's no way she's going to hold down that title for a long period of time. It's only a matter of time. I want to watch Naked Gun so bad. Dun, 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 dun. Jazz, damn, okay. Joe Tessitore and Stephanie McMahon are live right now. So Sean Ross Sapp actually just put out Fightful Select has learned that Seth Rollins is backstage at WWE Evolution on crutches with a brace on his knee. If there's any indication on the injury, yeah, man. It's not going to be good if he's going to have time off. We got the tag team match happening now. Why the hell is my... Oh my god. There we go. Guys, feel free to comment on the chat. Comment on the chat, guys. We got people on the live stream. Come on, comment on the chat. I would love to interact with you guys. Comment on the chat. What's your favorite match? What match are you excited about for WWE Evolution? Are you excited for Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley? Are you excited for Tiffany Stratton versus Trish Stratus? Let me know in the chat below. The Kabuki Warriors are coming out, so Asuka and Kairi Sane. Dun, 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 dun. Sol Ruka and Zarya. Sol Ruka is really good, man. I love Sol Ruka. See that double neck break she hit on SmackDown this past Friday? That was dope. Charlotte is coming out. It's crazy how badly Charlotte has fallen off. It's insane. Charlotte to me now is like a shell of her former self. That's just my opinion, though. You may disagree with me, but that's just how I feel. I was never really the biggest Charlotte fan. I'm going to be honest. Never really the biggest Charlotte fan. I was more of a Sasha Banks guy. Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez are coming out. It's crazy how the Judgment Day has evolved, man. It's crazy. It's crazy how the Judgment Day has evolved. The show has been pretty good. I've been enjoying Evolution. That doesn't change my opinion on it. Doesn't change my opinion on Evolution. Dude, I said this in a previous video. Like, I uploaded a video about Evolution. You can watch it on my channel if you're interested. But, like, there's only one reason as to why WWE is doing an Evolution show. Because I've said this. Like, if WWE actually cared about women's wrestling, they would have done an Evolution show every single year. The last time they did an all-women's Evolution show was all the way back in 2018. The only reason why they're doing this Evolution show is to fuck with AEW. That is it. That's it. That's the only reason. And I know I'm going to get a lot of flack for that, but it's true. Last night's AEW show was freaking awesome, though. Looking back, it was a really good show. I mean, I'm going to go back and watch the Hangman and Mox match. I mean, I saw the tag team match this morning, man. It was amazing. Kairi Sane just hit a drop kick on Roxanne Perez.
wrestling anymore. We haven't been for many years. Netflix understand. And that's why Netflix wanted us, right? I mean, Netflix.
Bam, 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 bam. Can Charlotte and Alexa Bliss coexist? Can they coexist? Ha 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 ha. Bro, we had well over 200 views in not even in the first hour, man. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Yeah, when she was Raquel Gonzalez. Remember when she was Raquel? Like, bro, WWE really looked at us like we were stupid. Like, they brought in Raquel Rodriguez and they changed her name to... No. They brought in Raquel Gonzalez. That was her original name. And they immediately changed her name to Raquel Rodriguez. Like, they thought Gonzalez was a bad name. Granted, that was the Vince McMahon regime. Alexa Bliss is on a roll. Alexa Bliss is on a roll. Yo, she slapped the shit out of Raquel Rodriguez. I am Charlotte Flair. Ah, ah, ah. I love Sol Ruka, by the way. Charlotte makes the tag. She's on the top rope. It's a crossbody on both members of the Judgment Day. Woo! Charlotte hits a follow-away slam on Roxanne. Dude, the crowd is actually surprisingly all for Charlotte. NBA underscore edits in the chat. Did it start? Yes, it started at 7. Evolution started at 7, bro. Charlotte just speared the shit out of Roxanne Perez. Spear! We're in the also NBA underscore edits. We're in the third match. We're in the third match of Evolution. We had the opening match was the three-way for the women's Intercontinental title between Bayley, Becky Lynch, and Lyra Valkyria, and the second match was for the NXT Women's title with JC Jane defending her title against Jordynne Grace. Now we got the tag team match. Now we got Zarya and Sol Ruka to take on the Kabuki Warriors, taking on Charlotte and Alexa Bliss. Another day and a bit new hell. Now the Kabuki Warriors are ganging up on Zarya. They're ganging up on Zarya. Holy shit! Oh! Zarya accidentally speared Sol Ruka. I can't like I see a lot of stupid people on the internet saying, "Oh, Adam Cole should have stayed in the WWE." Like that, like they're using the whole tribalism thing to like fuel Adam Cole's like injury, and I'm like, dude, Unfortunately, yeah, his run has been disappointing, but like if he had stayed with the WWE, bro, he would have been released regardless. Because his contract was up in 2021. The Vince McMahon stepped down the next year. You know what I'm saying? Fucking idiots, bro. Like, yeah, the majority of Adam Cole's run has been kind of disappointing. A large portion of that, though, had to do with the injuries that he suffered. But, like, everybody, I love how everybody's just, like, focused on the negative and not focused on some of the positives. I mean, like, bro, Adam Cole main evented their AEW's first stadium show. Like, that in and of itself is a fucking accomplishment. You think he would have done that if Vince McMahon was still around? Hell no. Oh, but Triple H came in the next year. Yeah, he did. But I mean, look at the track record of guys. Think about this. Look at the track record of guys that Triple H has brought back. Look at Johnny Gargano. You know, was Johnny Gargano the same Johnny Gargano that you saw in NXT? No, he wasn't. Not to mention, a lot of his buddies ended up going to AEW because of the fact that they got cut. A lot of people are saying, "Oh, you should have stayed with WWE." Like, what kind of a dumbass could you be to say that? What kind of an idiot would say that? Like, it's the stupidest takes I've ever seen in my life. What kind of takes are those, bro? Like, they're literally fueling tribalism when it comes to Adam Cole's injury. Now, speaking of Evolution, Evolution has been pretty good. I've been enjoying Evolution. Oh, look, Melina. Bam, 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 bam. So Monster just tweeted out, "How does Ivory look the same?" I didn't really. I mean, I don't think Ivory looked the same. She's a little older. She looked older. Oh, it's kind of funny. I will say though, I'm digging the Alexa Bliss and Charlotte tag team. It's very interesting. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. How are you doing? I'm doing great, buddy. I'm doing great, man. We're reacting to WWE Evolution. I think Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton is next. This show is hitting. I'm not going to lie. This show is hitting. But it doesn't change my opinion on what I thought about this show when they announced. Because let's be real with ourselves. The build-up for Evolution has been god-awful. The build-up for Evolution has been terrible. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. Becky Bailey and Valkyria. I think it was the match of the year. Yes. Well, I wouldn't necessarily say match of the year because we did have the men's triple threat at WrestleMania. We had Hangman versus Mox last night, but it was a really good opener. A fantastic opener, I should say. Also, Jeffrey Champion in the chat. That is true. Saturday night's main event. They need to fix something with it. Well, that was an NBC issue. The biggest problem with Saturday night's main event is, number one, the show is on NBC. And I think NBC is the ones that are controlling the whole commercial aspect of it. Look, I think it was really stupid. Like, look, the fact that Saturday night's main event, regardless, has a lot of commercials is in and of itself, it's ridiculous. But the bigger issue with that is, in my opinion, the fact that they went straight to commercial break right after Gunther beat Goldberg. I think that was really stupid because, like, they were literally only like 3 minutes until like they were about to go off the air. Because if you're on NBC, if you're on broadcast television and you end your show at 10, you have to end your show at 10 because, of course, NBC has the local news or the 10 o'clock news, whatever you want to have it. It's the same thing with Fox, CBS. It's the same shit. But think about this. They had like 3 minutes left. They ended the match. Goldberg retained his title, and they went straight to commercial break. They cut to another commercial break. And then once we came back from break, Goldberg he was trying to cut his farewell speech, and then it got cut off by NBC. That was pure stupidity on I don't even know if it's WWE or NBC. I'm going to put the blame on NBC because, again, you can put the blame on NBC, but also you can put the blame on WWE because of their timing. Because think about this, they had all the time in the world because they had a pivot because of the Seth Rollins injury. They pivoted because of the Seth Rollins injury, and they literally started the Goldberg and Gunther match around, what was it, like 9:38. So they had like 20 plus minutes left. That's of course including the commercial breaks. Well, I think what they should have done was they should have ended the match around 9:50. And just have Goldberg cut his farewell speech on NBC. It's a shame that we didn't get to watch his farewell speech on NBC. Instead, we had to watch it on YouTube. And it creates a lot of fear for a lot of people when it comes to John Cena's retirement match, because the rumor right now is that his last match is not only going to be in Boston, but his last match is going to be at Saturday night's main event on NBC. And the biggest problem with that is, again, the whole commercial aspect. Are they really going to have John Cena cut a farewell speech only to cut to commercial break? I hope they don't do that. I think it's a travesty that they did that for Goldberg, and I don't want it for them to do it on John Cena, in my opinion. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. WWE also cut off the show as well as on YouTube, so it's on both sides. Well, I mean, if you're on NBC, I mean, you're going to get the same feed that you're going to get on Peacock. So, also Jeffrey Champion in the chat. I think it has to do with both because, like I said, WWE cut it off on YouTube as well. Alan in the chat. Spend every day dreaming of the Judgment Day ending so we don't have to listen to their horrendous theme song ever again. I'm not a fan of that current Judgment Day theme. I loved Ultra Bridges The Other Side. That was a really good theme song. And it fit the Judgment Day. I think they still use it sometimes. We got Trish Stratus versus Tiffany Stratton for the women's title. You know what's crazy? Again, this is one of those matches. Like every time when WWE would do a show like this, of course they're going to bust out the legends. They're going to bust out Trish Stratus, who by the way is almost 50 years old. But I will say Trish Stratus is still relatively good in the ring for the matches that she has had throughout the past couple of years. I mean, her best match back was her cage match with Becky Lynch at Payback back in 2023. And with somebody like Tiffany Stratton, I think she can work well with Tiffany Stratton. From an athletic standpoint, Tiffany Stratton is phenomenal in the ring. But there's no way Trish Stratus is going to go over. There is no way Trish Stratus is going over. No way. Every time when WWE is going to do an all-women's pay-per-view, of course they're going to bring in Trish Stratus. And all power to him. But again, WWE built Evolution up very poorly. The only reason why this show is happening is because of AEW. That is it. That is the only reason why this show is happening. And in my opinion, it's actually kind of a bad position for the women. But I will say, the show itself has been really good. It has been really good. If anything, it has been better than Saturday night's main event. So if there's anything good I can say about the show is that the show has been really good. From a match quality standpoint, this show has been really good. Jeffrey Champion in the chat, I heard rumors now that this is just a rumor that John Cena may stay longer because he turned heel and there's a possibility that he will retire at WrestleMania. I doubt that is the case. If John Cena specifically said that his retirement tour is from January to December, he's one of those guys that always tends to keep his word. He's not like one of those other wrestling old timers that retire and then a couple years later come out of retirement. John Cena's not like that. John Cena always sticks to his word. He's a very honest guy. Also, Jeffrey Champion in the chat. Tiffy, she needs to turn heel. I don't like her as a babyface. Honestly, yeah, I agree with you. I'm not really that big of a fan of Tiffany Stratton as a babyface. She's so much better as a heel. Alan in the chat. Saturday night's main event was a car crash. No, I disagree. I don't think it was a car crash. I think the biggest problem with the show was, number one, the injury of Seth Rollins really kind of, created big problems for WWE. Not just because of the fact that they had to call an audible throughout the entirety of the match, but because of the fact that it literally changed their whole format of the show. Like, it literally changed their whole format of the show. And they needed a scramble on what they needed to. It's very similar to what happened with AEW earlier last night as well. The whole Adam Cole situation stunned everybody. And they had to call an audible, and instead of having a one-on-one match for the TNT title, they had to do a four-way. It's very similar. But in terms of injuries, both WWE and AEW really got fucked. They really did. Adam Cole unfortunately got injured, and from what it looks like, the Adam Cole injury is a concussion. And the reason why he pulled out of the show was because, again, he wasn't feeling well. And look, health always comes number one, man. Health should be the number one priority when it comes to wrestlers. But I don't want to necessarily call Saturday night's main event a car crash. It was not that bad of a show. My biggest issue with the show was the fact that there was too many fucking commercials. We got Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus going on right now. Dude, Trish Stratus, she's like, what, 49 years old? She is still phenomenal, man. Number one, she looks amazing. But number two, like, she's still really good in the ring. But I hated her heel run a couple years ago. I hated her heel run. Remember the thank you, Trish? Garbage? Jeffrey Champion, I was surprised that Gunther got a good match out of Goldberg. Yeah, it was not a bad match. Alan, that Goldberg match wasn't good. It was okay at best. Dude, out of all of the recent Goldberg matches that we've been getting throughout the past couple of years, the last good Goldberg match, in my opinion, that we got was the WrestleMania 33 match between Brock Lesnar and Goldberg, which was back in 2017. After that, all of Goldberg's matches, in my opinion, were pretty shit. But the Gunther match was not that bad because the thing about Gunther is that Gunther can make anybody look good. You can literally be the worst wrestler in the world. Gunther, if you are working with Gunther, Gunther will literally make you look like $1 million. That's how good Gunther is. He's good at making people look good in his matches. Both Trish and Tiffany Stratton are on the apron. Jesus Christ. Jeffrey Champion in the chat for 14 minutes and Goldberg being 58 years old, it was a good match. I guess so. Yeah, it was not a bad match. It was not. Now, I will say my biggest concern with that Goldberg match was the fact that the match started at like 7:38. Everybody was concerned that everybody was like, there's no way Goldberg's going to work a 20-minute match. Goldberg's best work was when his matches were short because that was literally the basis of his whole character. Alan in the chat, Gunther would make Enzo look like Roman Reigns. Honestly, yeah, I agree. Gunther would literally make Enzo Amore look like Roman Reigns. Gunther's that good at what he does. He's not only good in the ring, but he's also good at making other people look good. And that's the biggest takeaway that I can give you when it comes to Gunther. Like, look at his matches with Ilya Dragunov a couple years ago in NXT when he was Walter. Dude, his matches with Ilya Dragunov were like fucking legendary. And once, I believe currently Ilya Dragunov is like on the injury list. Like once Ilya Dragunov comes back, dude, I think definitely we got to revisit a Gunther and Ilya Dragunov match. This match is actually pretty dope, man. I'm digging it. I'm digging Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton. Dude, if the pacing of this show is actually gonna continue on the way it is, this is probably gonna be the best show of the entire weekend. I'm gonna be honest, man. I loved All In though. All In was really good. It did have its flaws, simply because of the fact that the show was really long, but still, it was a really good show. That was such a good swanton bomb, by the way. That was such a good swanton by Tiffany Stratton. Alan in the chat, didn't watch All In, just heard about Adam Cole, and I know why there was a thumbtack spot. There was a thumbtack spot. I don't recall that. I remember he had a match with Kyle Fletcher a couple of weeks ago. And I believe Kyle Fletcher hit somewhat of a powerbomb, and it ended badly. Adam Cole was supposed to hit the apron, but instead he hit the floor. Something like that. But I don't know if that had to correlate with his concussion that he had yesterday. We're going to have to wait and see. We don't know all the details yet. Oh, she's going to go for the best moonsault ever. Oh, but Trish got the knees up. Trish got the knees up. Shit hit Stratisfaction. Stratisfaction. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, this crowd is actually really good. The crowd is really good. This crowd was 10 times better. Well, I mean, the crowd was not bad last night at Saturday Night's Main Event. But, I mean, dude, I've always said this, and I know a lot of wrestlers, a lot of wrestling personalities always said this. Smaller crowds equal louder crowds. Like, smaller crowds are always 10 times louder than larger crowds because smaller crowds are a more intimate group of people. You know what I'm saying? It's a more intimate setting. Trish Stratus hit a moonsault. Oh my God. Tiffany got the knees up, then hits the kick. Alabama slam. Best moonsault ever. Tiffany got the win. This was a relatively quick match. This was a relatively quick match, but it was a really good match. Like, I think one thing that I will say about this match is that this match went straight to the point. One of those matches that they had a short amount of time to get all their shit in, but when they got all their shit in, it actually executed very well. Steven Ricks in the chat, did Mommy win? So you're referring to Rhea Ripley. The Rhea Ripley and Io Sky match hasn't happened yet. It hasn't happened yet. Alan in the chat, to be fair, the crowds recently have all been good. Yes, I will say. The all-in crowd last night in the beginning of the show I was a little concerned about it because, again, when everybody learned about the Adam Cole situation and, of course, Adam Cole cut his promo, everybody was bummed out. But I understood why they put the belt on Dustin Rhodes because, again, they wanted to keep the crowd happy. But in that main event, man, that crowd was wild. And, like, they were going crazy when Bryan came back, when Darby came back. Like, it was insane. It was insane. But Tiffany Stratton goes over and she retains her WWE Women's title. This match was relatively short, but it got straight to the point. And now Trish Stratus is getting a standing ovation by the crowd. This crowd is fantastic, man. We got a standing ovation for Trish Stratus. I'm currently tweeting right now. Jeffrey Champion in the chant. Best moonsault ever. Is that a playoff of Chris Daniels' prettiest moonsault ever? I see what you did there. I call it the best moon. Like Tiffany Stratton, you know, she calls it the prettiest moonsault ever, but we know it's the best moonsault ever. Okay, it's Christopher Daniels. Yes. Alan in the chat, would do anything for a Lita appearance. I don't know if Lita's on this show, but we'll wait and see. If she is going to be a part of the show, she's probably going to be either in the crowd or backstage. I don't know. Alundra Blaze though is in the crowd. Leilani Kai is in the crowd. Where's Wendy Richter? Where's Wendy Richter? I wish Wendy Richter was there. Imagine Wendy Richter's there and Tony Storm is like, Tony, Wendy Richter, I'm gonna fuck you up. Alan in the chat, would you do anything for a Lita appearance? Would do anything for a Lita appearance. I don't know if Lita's gonna show up. I don't think she's going to show up in terms of an angle, but I think she's going to maybe make a somewhat of an appearance. Oh, shit. Metro Boomin's in the crowd. Apparently, he's making some music for WWE. That's awesome. A+A in the chat. Did Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair win? No, I believe the Judgment Day won. Lilia. We got Jade Cargill versus Naomi up next. The show is actually flowing really well. I'm not going to lie. The show is actually flowing pretty well. Trish Stratus is a legend, by the way. She is a legend. The standing ovation that she got was fantastic. According to PW Insider, Gunther's SummerSlam plans were already quote-unquote set in stone prior to this weekend's WWE Saturday Night's Main Event show. Gunther's storyline for SummerSlam will begin either this week or next week. Alan in the chat, it's so cool seeing WWE wrestlers go on podcasts and interviews now when Vince was in charge. He wouldn't let any of that happen. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I will say a lot of the wrestlers in WWE now have a little more have more freedom, to do what they want, and a large portion of that has to do with the regime change. Ramos Jose, I think that's your name. My apologies. Mommy won. Yes. Mommy won. The match hasn't even started yet, bro. Match hasn't even happened yet. That's going to be the main event. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. So what's your thoughts on this Jelly Roll Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre Logan Paul tag team match? Look, I know a lot of people crapped on the idea when the rumor first started, but I thought the segment that happened on SmackDown was actually really good. Jelly Roll is really good. I like his music. I'm not like the biggest Jelly Roll fan, but I've listened to some of his music. He's not that bad. Not to mention, you cannot deny he's a big star and it's going to gain WWE a lot of mainstream publicity. And not to mention, I think the angle that they did at Saturday Night's Main Event was pretty good too. It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. It's not a crappy idea. A lot of fans are tend to overthink everything. Like, those are the same types of people that are shitting on Big Boom AJ and AEW. Say what you want about Big Boom AJ and the Costco guys, but those guys are, relatively famous around the social media landscape. You know what I'm saying? Jeffrey Champion once again in the chat. I'm okay with it because celebrities have been a part of the WWE since it started. Yeah, they've always been a part of WWE since the 80s. That was one of the biggest reasons for their expansion. They wanted to go mainstream. And there's nothing wrong with going mainstream. I will say though, like people are comparing this to like the guest host era. The guest host era, which was like 2009, 2010, that was horrible. Like you can clearly one thing that I like about the celebrities that show up to like WWE shows is that they actually want to be there. Like during the guest host era, you can tell there was like some celebrities that just did not want to be there. You remember the guest host era where like every fucking week on Raw there'd be a celebrity guest host? I hated that shit. We're getting the no holds barred match. The no holds barred match is next between Naomi and Jade Cargill, and Bianca Belair is the special guest referee. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. I think people have a sour taste in your mouth because of the Travis Scott. I mean, you can say that. I mean, the Travis Scott thing. I will say I marked out for Travis Scott when he came out because I mean I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for this, but I like Fiend. It's not a bad song. Not to mention the whole Travis Scott meme with McDonald's and shit. Like you'd blast the Travis Scott song on the you blast sicko mode on the fucking speaker. But I mean, looking back, the way Cody lost at WrestleMania. Let's be honest, the way Cody lost was kind of stupid. I mean, Cody Rhodes looked like a fucking chump. Like he looked horrible. Like you, bro. If there's one thing that baby faces in wrestling always have in common, is that they always look stupid, and they look dumb in the process. Like you have John Cena, who literally turned his back on Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has the ability to have the belt with him and hit John Cena with the belt without the referee looking. If I'm the babyface, I'm going to fucking hit him with the goddamn belt. This guy's like, no, I can't do it. I can't do it. They literally made Cody Rhodes look like a dumbass, bro. Like everybody knew John Cena was going to go over. It's just the way he went over was the problem that a lot of people had. And I gave his heel run time. I was like, you know, I'm going to give it time. But then like around Money in the Bank, I came to the realization, I was like, dude, there's nothing really special about John Cena's heel run. Nothing really special about John Cena's heel run, in my opinion. Because Ariel Helwani said it best. Ariel Helwani stated this. He stated that the problem with John Cena's heel run is the fact that it seems like John Cena is playing a heel instead of actually being a heel. Like, I understand, like, John Cena coming out to the same attire, even as a heel. And his first promo as a heel flat out stated, y'all expect something from me, but I'm not going to give it to you. On one end, I understand that promo. But at the same time, I was kind of disappointed. And I was kind of disappointed because if you really want John Cena to go full-fledged heel, I can't really take him seriously by wearing the jean shorts and the colorful Fruity Pebble t-shirts. I can't take John Cena seriously if he's wearing all of that as a heel. You know what I'm saying? It would have been better if John Cena literally came out with a suit. Imagine John Cena coming out with the suit, cutting the same exact heel promos that he's been doing now. Don't you think that would have been a little bit better? They didn't even need to change his music. They could just change his look. That's it. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. John Cena and Cody Rhodes looked like they had zero chemistry. You can say that, yeah. The match was kind of boring. If you compared it to the triple threat match on night 1 of WrestleMania, there's literally like no comparison. No comparison whatsoever. Jade's coming out. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. John Cena, I did like the new pyro, and he slowed down his moves. Like he should have came out with no music, but because he said he's going to make wrestling boring, and that would be boring. I mean, yeah, I guess so, but like again, he could have done it like whatever. I would have much rather preferred John Cena come out at it with the suit whenever he would cut his promos. Cause like John Cena, dude, he wears suits all the time whenever he's like, you know, doing interviews, promoting like a movie or some shit. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got Jade Cargill versus Naomi in a no holds barred match. Bianca Belair is the special guest referee. Oh. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. Jade is the reverse Asuka. Good character, but bad in the ring. Where Asuka character is bad, but good. The in-ring work is really good. I guess so, yeah. I don't think Jade has improved. I mean, she has improved, but like, I feel like she hasn't improved to the extent as WWE wanted her to improve. I mean, I think she's improved. I just don't think she has improved enough. Like, keep in mind, though, Jade also, like, she started wrestling back in 2019. Like, she started training to become a wrestler in 2019. And she made her debut, like, 2 years later. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. Jade is not that dominant. She's that big, but she's not really destroying her opponent. Yeah, like, she was really dominant in her AEW days. And even then, she was still relatively green. She was still relatively green. Jade just speared Naomi. I know some people want Bianca Belair to turn heel. Don't you think that would be, I don't know, it'd be compelling. It'd be crazy as well. High kick by Naomi. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. I mean, the fans already booed Bianca, so why not? Yeah. I mean, we've already seen everything that Bianca Belair can do as a babyface. I want to see Bianca as a heel, because I think she could be a bigger star if she's a heel. You know what I'm saying? Dude, honestly, imagine if AJ Lee actually made her return. If AJ Lee made her return, then it's a wrap, man. That is like the best moment out of this whole fucking weekend. Jade Cargill just took the camera. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. I like Naomi as a heel. I don't like the proceed with caution thing. Weird catchphrase because she's not really winning that much. I mean, she's a little over the top, but I mean, dude, if she's enjoying what she's doing, let her do it. She has a toolbox, and what is she doing? She tried to throw the toolbox on Naomi, man. She tried to throw that toolbox on Naomi. Oh, shit. What the hell is Naomi doing? Once we get the Judgment Day breakup, do you think AJ Styles should team up with Finn Balor and JD and make the click? Bro, I don't think WWE's breaking up the I mean, honestly, man, I have no idea. Jay just got sent through the table. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. I think AJ and Drew McIntyre are in this weird space right now, and if AJ made the click with Finn Balor, it would do more for both characters. Honestly, bro, AJ's in his last year, from what it looks like. He signed to like what was it, like a 1-year extension, bro. I don't think. Look, I think AJ Styles wants to do what AJ Styles wants to do. Jade is about to hit the jaded. It's over. Jade gets the win and beats Naomi. She's going to be wrestling Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam from what it looks like. This match was pretty quick, too. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. I don't agree with all that at all. Naomi should have won, and that would have been better for her character. Honestly, I would have had. I mean, yeah, you could have had Naomi win, but at the same time, why would you have Jade lose if she's the #1 contender? You know what I'm saying? You know what they're gonna do? You know it's crazy. You know what a lot of people are saying though, right? Naomi's gonna beat, or not Naomi. Jade is gonna win the women's title at SummerSlam, and Tiffany Stratton is gonna cash in. Or not Tiffany Stratton. Naomi's gonna cash in. All right, the Battle Royal is next, and after that we got Rhea versus Io. We're going to have a gauntlet match tomorrow on Raw. CM Punk, Jey Uso, LA Knight, Penta, Braun Breaker. That's for tomorrow night, man. And the winner will face Gunther for the world title. I mean, considering the nature of Seth Rollins' injury, I honestly think that we're probably going to get CM Punk versus Gunther. But it really depends. The Battle Royal's starting. Nikki Bella's coming out. You can look, but you can't touch. Chelsea Green is the next entrant. Oh yeah, wait, Chelsea beat PSG, right? At the Club World Cup. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. Penta, they made him look like he's just a superstar, but he's been losing a lot lately and eating a lot of pins. I don't think they're gonna do Penta versus Gunther. That's not a big enough match for SummerSlam. I don't want them to do Jey Uso versus Gunther though. I don't want that to happen. LA Knight, his matches are getting better. He was always great. The battle royals are happening right now. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. Do you think we'll get Ludwig Kaiser, El Grande Americano versus Chad Gable, El Grande Americano mask for a mask match? I have absolutely no idea, man. Maybe. But hold on a second. Well, I mean, hold on. Do you think we'll get Ludwig Kaiser, El Grande Americano versus Chad Gable, Grande Americano mask for mask? From as of right now, no, because apparently Chad Gable is injured, and he's gonna have surgery, so he's gonna be out for a while. Stephanie Vaquer is coming out. Ludwig Kaiser, in my opinion, deserves better. He should be going for the U.S. Championship or for the Intercontinental title. I mean, yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of guys on the roster right now. Like, not everybody's going to get a fair shot. You know what I'm saying? There's only very few people that you can push. Julia. We got a lot of people in this battle royal. BFAB, Nia Jax, Candice LeRae. A lot of people from NXT, Stephanie Vaquer. Nia Jax went straight for the eliminations, man. This match would have been great to bring back AJ Lee. She's already teased about coming back. I mean, just because somebody teases something doesn't mean they're coming back. Never say never, but I mean, dude. I mean, again, AJ Lee is gonna want to do what she wants to do. It's like CM Punk. Like CM Punk, like would tease he's coming back, and look, he eventually did come back, but like he would tease the fans years before he came back. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, Kalani Jordan, bruh. She's pulling a Kofi Kingston. She's pulling a Kofi Kingston. Kalani Jordan pulled a Kofi Kingston, bro. Kalani Jordan pulled a Kofi Kingston. Yep, Jeffrey Champion in the chat. Yep, they did the Kofi Kingston thing. Yep, they did. I would go for Stephanie Becker to get the win, bro. But yeah, if whoever's in the whoever's in the chat or whoever's watching the stream, man, I thank you guys so much. Remember, please make sure to like and subscribe to the WrestleHavoc channel right here on YouTube, in which we discuss everything in and outside of the squared circle. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content, and as the freaking referee would say, ring, ring, ring that damn bell for more notifications. Comment on the chat, man. Comment on the chat. Would love to interact with you guys. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. One thing Triple H needs credit for, as well as he expanded. One thing Triple H needs credit for, as well, he expanded. He got AAA and TNA. Well, WWE has a partnership with TNA. From what it looks like, TNA is actively getting. From what it looks like, talking to multiple networks. Carlos Silva, the president of TNA, actually talked with Ariel Helwani. He was on the Ariel Helwani show last week, and he says there's like a 60 to 90 day window for a deal to get done. So probably, most likely, by the end of the year, TNA will get a national television deal, which is great for them. I will say, though, the TNA partnership with WWE has greatly benefited TNA a lot. A lot. But I'm not going to be one of those people that are making comparisons to the AEW relationship, because the AEW relationship was good for TNA at the time, because TNA was a completely different company during the pandemic compared to where they are now. And I'm not going to, and some people may say, oh, but AEW buried TNA. I'm like, dude, they literally gave Kenny Omega the world championship, and they literally gave the world championship to Christian Cage. What are you complaining about? Natalya just got eliminated. Jada Parker just eliminated Natalya. AAA, I mean, WWE buying AAA was something that came out of left field, but if you really think about it, the main reason as to why they purchased AAA was because they want to try to expand into the Mexican market. And of course, AAA is in competition with CMLL. They really want to take away that Mexican market share away from CMLL, because CMLL is the number one promotion in Mexico. It's, if you really think about it, it's now kind of it's like a turf war. There's like a turf war going on between both AEW and WWE. WWE purchased AAA. AEW has a partnership with AAA's biggest competitor, which is CMLL. AEW has a partnership with New Japan Pro Wrestling. WWE has a partnership with Pro Wrestling Noah. It's insane. There's a whole turf war going on. But in terms of TNA, TNA is in a much better place than they were years ago. I will say this, though. TNA is not, they're not going to take over the number 2 spot. I remember Ariel Helwani asking Carlos Silva this question: will TNA be the number 2 promotion? In my opinion, as much as I love Ariel Helwani, I think he's great and he does phenomenal work, and he always asks the toughest questions, and that's what makes him a great journalist. I think it was a stupid question on Ariel Helwani's case, asking Carlos Silva, will TNA be the number 2 promotion, knowing damn well that AEW is the premier number 2 promotion in the United States. You know what I'm saying? AEW is the number 2 promotion in the United States. And if you compare them to TNA, TNA doesn't come even close. Oh, but they have the partnership with WWE. Yeah, they have the partnership with WWE, and it's benefiting TNA tremendously. I'm not disputing that. I'm just saying, and if you think that their product is better than AEW's, then that's all power to you as well. Some people think that way, and it's great. But, I mean, people always correlate the ratings. Everybody talks about the ratings, this, ratings, that, and the ratings are relatively important. But that's all they talk about. All they talk about, like, if TNA was on national television and they would beat AEW in the ratings, that still doesn't make TNA the number 2 promotion. Just because they would beat AEW in the ratings doesn't make them the number 2 promotion. Why do I say that? Because AEW consistently beat NXT in the ratings, and is AEW the number 1 promotion? No, they will still be number 2. You also need to take into consideration pay-per-view buy rates. Like, think about this. TNA, I mean, they have 4 major pay-per-views a year. AEW and their pay-per-view buy rates, bro. AEW consistently draws well over 100,000 buys per pay-per-view. Not to mention, they have an unlimited budget and they're willing to spend more money. Carlos Silva stated that he's trying to get at $10 million per year when it comes to this television deal. And for TNA standards, that is actually great. That is actually good for TNA. But at the same time, AEW makes well over $100 million a year with just their television contracts. WWE makes they're in the billions when it comes to their television contracts. TNA is a distant number 3 promotion, and it's fine to say that. And the fact that TNA is going to go on national television, honestly, is a good thing. They deserve it. Because TNA was one of those promotions that honestly has gone through a lot of trial and tribulation. But I will say, with WWE and them partnering with TNA, don't be surprised if in a couple of years they could possibly purchase TNA's assets. Don't be surprised. Usually these partnerships always have a one-way streak. It's not buddy-buddy with you. Clearly, WWE has the better end of the deal. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. NXT and TNA, I always put those 2 shows together like they both should be there for development. Yeah, not to mention, if WWE ends up buying TNA in a couple of years, think about this. If they end up buying TNA in a couple of years, I genuinely believe that there could probably be a developmental brand split. I came up with this theory that, like, imagine if WWE purchased TNA, they keep TNA around, and they're gonna run it side by side with NXT, and essentially like NXT and TNA are gonna be like your Raw and SmackDowns. Honestly, that is not a bad idea. But that is just me. Personally, I don't want WWE to purchase TNA because, again, like, people are saying TNA is the number 2 promotion because they're working with WWE. You need to understand, if WWE purchased TNA and people still would say that TNA would be the number 2 promotion, that makes no sense because TNA would then be a WWE property. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Some people don't like the NXT and TNA partnership. Some people don't like it. Some people love it. I'm kind of 50-50 on it because it does benefit TNA greatly. And I want to see wrestling succeed. You know what I'm saying? Nikki Bella and Lola Vice are dancing around right now. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. TNA, when they were under Hulk Hogan, that was a bad time for them. Yeah, but that was the old regime. I'm talking about the current regime. I'm talking about Anthem. Like, Dixie Carter doesn't own the company anymore. And trust me, those people were brain dead. They were dumbasses. Anthem, like, they somewhat know what they were doing. Stephanie Vaquera and Nikki Bella eliminated Piper Niven. Stephanie Vaquera is clearly winning this match. There's no buts or ifs. There's no way Chelsea's winning this match. There's no way Lash Legend is winning this match. There's no way Nikki Bella is winning this match. Oh, man. Boom, boom, boom. I love Stephanie Vaquera. The one good thing that came out of that era was Aces and Eights. And people do not even like Aces and Eights. I have a soft spot for Aces and Eights because that was the first thing I saw when it came to TNA, but still. I'm not the biggest, I mean, looking back, Aces and Eights was kind of a funny storyline. But there's no way TNA is the number 2 promotion. No way. No chance in hell. No pun intended. Oh, and I forgot Nia Jax. There's no... Imagine if Nia Jax ended up getting the win. I'd be pissed. I don't want Nia Jax to win. I'm not a fan of Nia Jax. Lash Legend just eliminated Nikki Bella. There is no way she was going to win this match. Lash Legend just picked up Nia Jax. Oh, Nia Jax is going to win. Shit. I don't want her to win, bro. I really don't want her to win. I don't want Nia Jax to win, bro. I want Stephanie Vaquera to win. Oh, yeah, they're not. Yep. Oh, Nia Jax got eliminated. Okay, yep, Stephanie's winning. Stephanie's winning. Never mind. Nia Jax just got eliminated. There is no way Lash Legend is winning this. No way. WWE has their investments on Stephanie Vaquera, bro. There was no chance Lash Legend's winning this. No chance. $619. Oh shit, she hit a springboard, but Lash Legend caught her. Oh, both women are on the apron. Stephanie Vaquer got the win. Stephanie Vaquer is going to win. Or Stephanie Vaquer got the win, I should say. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. That surprised me. I thought Nia Jax was going to win. Honestly, bro, thank God Nia Jax didn't win. I'll admit, Nia Jax has improved drastically with this recent run, but I ain't that big. I'm not the biggest Nia Jax fan. To me, she doesn't seem believable, especially when it comes to her promos. Her promos are really cringeworthy. Stephanie Vaquer is the future. I think you should invest in Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer is easily one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. She's on par with Mercedes Moné. She's on par with Toni Storm. Stephanie Vaquer is that good at what she does. She's the definition of a real women's wrestler. In my opinion, at least. But Stephanie Vaquer got the win. She's with Stephanie McMahon right now. She sacrificed everything for her career. That's what she's saying. And she's going to keep dominating. That's what Stephanie Vaquer is saying right now. I speak Spanish, so I know. Who cares? I love you, Stephanie. Bro, who brought that Cody Rhodes long hair poster? I like the Battle Royal. The Battle Royal is really entertaining. And the right woman won, by the way. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. Io Sky's run has been forgettable, in my opinion. She hasn't done anything. Yeah, I agree. She hasn't really done a lot. I think tonight Rhea Ripley's going to walk away with the title. She's just the bigger star. I'm sorry. Dude, imagine a Stephanie Vaquer versus Rhea Ripley match. Fuck, man. That'd be a match I'd be down for. All right, they're going straight to a commercial break. They got a Clash in Paris commercial airing right now.
Combo and individual event tickets for SummerSlam at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. JETS Jets on Saturday, August 2nd, Sunday, August 3rd, 3 weeks from now. On sale now via Ticketmaster. Lewis here tonight. Wait, your buddy, Buddy Marco, the YouTuber with more than 1 million subscribers, known for his great deadpan humor. And my buddy Quavo was here as well, multi-platinum Atlanta rapper, songwriter, record producer, member of the former hip-hop group The Migos, and I dapped him up at one point. Said I did a pretty good job. You got a grill like that at home, too. I do. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, once more, the genius of the sky and the eradicator meet in the ring, Rhea Ripley. Looks to change the narrative of her history against Io Sky, who wants to continue her sheer dominance over Rhea. Two women with so much history, so many moments, and so many memories add to the storied saga tonight. Rhea Ripley, Io Sky for the Women's World Championship is next.
I wanted Io Sky and Asuka for the title when Io first wanted, but she hasn't done anything with her. She should give it up tonight. I think she's gonna drop it tonight.
Cashback 5% on my flight with Chase Travel. Now who's the code? Cash back like a pro with Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back? Chase, make more with you.
For years, everyone thought Verizon had the best network. Yes, they did. But now the best mobile network in the U.S. is T-Mobile. Some fancy experts finished a network test. T-Mobile sort of opened a can of whoop-up. T-Mobile's network has the most advanced 5G, with more towers, and their signal reaches further away. So you can text and instant talk and say, "You won't believe where I am." Seriously, where am I? Hey, I got signal. Psoriatic arthritis symptoms can be unpredictable. One day, the joints hurt.
Next, it's on your skin.
I got Cosentix. Feels good to move.
Feel less joint pain, swelling, and tenderness, back pain, and clearer skin, and help stop further joint damage with Cosentix. Don't use if you're allergic to Cosentix. Before starting, get checked for tuberculosis. An increased risk of infections and lowered ability to fight may occur, like tuberculosis or other serious bacterial, fungal, or viral infections. Some are fatal. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms like fevers, sweats, chills, muscle aches, or cough. Have a vaccine or plan to, or an inflammatory bowel disease symptoms develop or worsen. Serious allergic
Rhea Ripley and Io Sky is gonna be is next. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. Io Sky and Asuka would have been a fun title match, though. I would rather have Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley and Io versus Asuka, to be honest. I guess. It's not just about the match, though. It's about the build, and I thought the build for the majority of the show was just not that good. But overall, the show's been pretty well received. I've been enjoying this show for what it was. They're doing the introductions right now. All right, guys. We're going to be set for the main event. Rhea Ripley versus Io Sky for the Women's World Title. And if you guys are watching the stream, please make sure to like and subscribe to the WrestleHavoc channel right here on YouTube, in which we discuss everything in and outside of the squared circle. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content. And as the friggin' referee would say, ring, ring, ring that damn bell for more notifications. Also, comment on the chat. I would love to interact with you guys.
Trish Stratus. What was Trish's first singles match for a title in 18 years?
Both Io Sky and Rhea Ripley are starting the match. Rhea's taunting Io. Rhea is taunting Io. Both are saying they respect each other. And Rhea's like, let's fight. She's going for them slaps. Oh, it looked like it looked like Io tried to go for a code red. Oh shit. Drop kick by Io, a shotgun drop kick by Io. Io tried to go for a tope but got caught by Rhea. Well, she didn't get caught. Rhea hit her with the right. Now Rhea's putting Io on her shoulders. Io lands on the apron and looks like she's going to go for a springboard. Springboard moonsault from the middle rope. Takes out Rhea Ripley. Boom, 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 boom. I'm exhausted. Oh, snap. This is wrestling chants by the crowd. A knee by Rhea Ripley. Got a machine head. Rhea Ripley's in control at the moment. You got a drop kick by Rhea Ripley. Guys, thank you so much for joining me on this stream, by the way. We had over 700 people join this stream. Oh, tornado DDT. Tornado DDT. I had to finish my coffee. Yes, I had a whole coffee in this big ass mug. I'm a coffee addict. I'm a coffee addict. Both women are exchanging strikes. Oh, Rhea caught her. Oh! Io went for the stop. Oh, she had a kick. Oh, she's going to go for the German. Boom! German suplex. Suplex City, bitch. Rhea's on the outside. Io hits the tope suicida. She hits the tope suicida. Io with the drop kick. Io is firing everybody up, man. Double knees. Double knees. Cover and a kick out. Io's going to go up the top for the moonsault, but Rhea's coming back. Yo! Io countered. Oh, she tried to go for the double knees, but Rhea ducked. Rhea ducked. dangerous and effective. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Thank you guys for joining me on this stream, by the way, guys. Rhea with the back body drop, but Io lands on her feet. Io is now fighting back with a series of rights and lefts. Boot by Rhea. A stomp. Oh, Io tried to go for the tornado DDT. Oh, Poison Rana! Io hit a Poison Rana. The Young Bucks are really known for their Poison Ranas. I believe they hit a Poison Rana last night at All In. Supremacy of Monday Night Raw. That makes no sense. He was like, Michael Cole's like, oh, whoever wins this match gets supremacy of Monday Night Raw. Bro, the brand split is completely irrelevant, bro. The brand split is completely irrelevant. I made a whole video about that. They should honestly end the brand split because it just makes no sense. It literally makes no sense. He was on the middle rope, and now she's headed to the top rope from what looks like she's going to try to go for the moonsault once again. Oh, but Rhea Ripley comes in. She's going to go for a Razor's Edge. She hits the Razor's Edge on Io Sky. And a power bomb. Io kicks out. Io kicks out. She went for that Razor's Edge and was like, nope, nope. I'm going to go hit a power bomb on your ass. And even still, Io kicked out. Even then, Io kicked out. I'm so tired, bro. And I gotta edit a whole video. Rhea tried to go for the for a finisher. She tried to go for the Riptide, but Io countered. Both women are on the top rope. Rhea tried to go for a superplex. Oh! Io tried to go. She went for the springboard shotgun dropkick, but Io, by accident, landed on the referee. Oh, man. Rhea Ripley hit the Riptide. She would have won this match. Oh. Oh, man. Oh, man. She hits the razor's edge once again. Rhea's pissed. Rhea is pissed. Now she hits a big boot on Io, and Io is literally rolling around in the crowd. The fight is literally breaking. It's not even a fight, bro. It's a one-way street. Rhea Ripley's just beating the shit out of Io in the crowd. In the crowd. She's just going straight after Io and just beating the hell out of her. Very heel tendencies, I will say. Even though Rhea Ripley is the babyface. Very heel tendencies. I don't know why this match is bleeding into the crowd. I understand that the referee is down, but like there's no necessary reason for this match to be in the crowd. There's really no reason if you think about it. No reason whatsoever. That's just me, though. That's just me. Rhea Ripley picks her up. Oh, she tried to go for that powerbomb from it looked like it was going to be a powerbomb from the boxes up to the floor or down to the floor. Oh, well, there's a platform over there, so I wouldn't necessarily say the floor. Io is gonna. Look, she's gonna hit a moonsault. Watch. This woman's gonna hit a moonsault. Oh! Oh, so she didn't go for the moonsault. She went for a crossbody. From at first glance, I thought she was going to go for the moonsault, but she went for the crossbody. The crowd is like, holy shit, holy shit. This match is fantastic, by the way. This match is really good. They're still in the crowd. They're still brawling in the crowd. Again, I might add, why is this match taking place in the crowd? For a match like this, there's really no reason as to why this match is taking. There's no reason why this is taking place in a crowd. There really isn't. There really is no reason. All right, they're back in ringside. They are back in ringside. I'm gonna sit in ringside. Oh. Rhea takes Io back in the ring. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. Oh! Io just hit a powerbomb on Rhea Ripley on the floor. On the floor. Io's now going to the top rope. Oh, the referee's back up. The referee's back up. Moonsault. The referee's back. Oh! She kicked out! Rhea kicked out! Bro, right as soon as the referee came back, Io had it all, bro. She hit the moonsault and boom. She went for the cover and Rhea kicked out. Rhea kicked out. Oh, man. Oh, man. The crowd is just all riled up, man. Io's going back up to the top rope. She's going back up. She's going to try to go for the moonsault again. Oh, Rhea's back on her feet. Now Rhea Ripley's just smiling. What the hell is Rhea Ripley going to be doing? Spanish fly! Naomi's cashing in. Naomi's cashing in. No fucking way. No fucking way. Is she actually cashing in tonight? They're actually having her cash in. It's a three-way. I thought they were going to wait till SummerSlam. Oh, hell nah. No, fuck. Stop. Son of a bitch. Bro, I thought they were going to wait till SummerSlam. Naomi actually successfully cashed in. What the fuck? What is going on? What is going on? That is crazy, bro. You know what, bro? Honestly, I'm not mad because, like, either way would have been fine. But, dude. Naomi just cashed in and became the women's champion. Shit. Bro, and this match was really good, too. This match was fantastic. Holy shit. The crazy, I literally thought that she was going to cash in at, I literally thought that she was going to cash in at SummerSlam. I think a lot of people thought that. A lot of people thought she was going to cash in, like, because we all know Jade is going to face Tiffany Stratton. And eventually Jade was going to win the world title. But everybody literally thought that Naomi was going to cash in on Jade. And what's crazy is that Naomi actually lost to Jade. She lost to Jade. And she didn't even cash in on Tiffany. She cashed in on Io and actually pinned Io. Holy shit. Naomi just cashed in, bro. Naomi just cashed in and won the women's title. Naomi just cashed in her Money in the Bank contract. Holy shit. Insane, bro. You know what? Naomi deserves it. I don't care what anybody says. Naomi deserves it. She 100% deserves it. Yeah, she was women's champion before. But let's be real. Her heel work throughout the past couple months, say what you want about her heel work, it's been the best work of her career. It has been the best work of her whole career. Insane, bro. Insane. Overall thoughts on Evolution, man. Right now, they're gonna go with the they're gonna do the post show, and from what it looks like, they're gonna go to the press conference as well. Overall thoughts on Evolution, man. Evolution was a fantastic show. I mean, from top to bottom, there was not one dud on this show. And I'm going to sit here and say it, bro. Evolution was by far, probably the best show of the entire weekend. And I put that on par with All In. All In I thought was fantastic, but All In did have its flaws. But with the Hangman match, I feel like if you just watched the Jon Moxley and Hangman match, ultimately, you know, All In became the show to watch. You know what I'm saying? Out of all, like, I'm not putting NXT Great American Bash in this predicament, considering, number one, a lot of the NXT wrestlers were just put in a terrible position going head to head with AEW. I mean, they could have easily chose their own night, and it's just a bad look on WWE. But out of the three major shows, All In, Evolution, and Saturday Night's Main Event, if you were to rank them, Evolution would be number one, All In would be number two, and Saturday Night's Main Event would be a three. Saturday Night's Main Event, in my opinion, was by far the weakest show of the entire weekend. But man, and look, I've been very critical. I've been very, very, very critical of the direction of this show, because WWE built this show terribly. This was a show. The card of this show was flat out put together last minute. Like, it was put together last minute. If you really think about it, this card was put together super last minute. A lot of the stuff that a lot of people accuse AEW of doing, WWE did it with Evolution. And I stand by my words. If WWE cared about women's wrestling, and look, they did put the women in a terrible position, because originally, because there was rumors about this show happening for months. A lot of people thought that this show was rumored to go head to head with All In. It would have been a way worse position, but still, the women were put in a horrible position, and they still fucking delivered. And you got to give it respect to them. You have to give it respect to them, and I really appreciate that, man. There was literally, if you really think about it, there was not one dud on this show. Not one dud on this show. Not one dud on this show. And, you know, if you look at the card on paper, in my opinion, the card was not that special. Yeah, and I said that even including Trish Stratus versus Tiffany Stratton. Like, the card, in my opinion, if you look at it on paper, was just not that, it was just a card. Like, if you compare it to, like, All In, it's not even in comparison. But in terms of quality and the actual show itself, I thought the show was fantastic. The show was absolutely fantastic. I really enjoyed the show for what it was. It was a fantastic show. And if you really want to think about it, this is probably in line to be the best WWE PLE of 2025. The best WWE PLE, in 2025. I'll put this show over Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, hell, even WrestleMania. Yeah, WrestleMania. This was better than All In was better than WrestleMania, by the way. All In last night was better than WrestleMania. Evolution was better than WrestleMania. I think it's safe to say that WrestleMania is probably in the lower tier of the weaker PLEs that WWE put out. Not only just PLEs, but wrestling pay-per-views that WWE has put out. But overall, Evolution was a thumbs-up show. I'd give this show a 9 out of 10. I'm going to be honest. I'd give this show a 9 out of 10, man. This show delivered on all levels. On all levels. And this is coming from a show that I wasn't even excited about. It's funny, man. It's really funny. The best shows are always the shows that are always built the worst. It's very weird. We see it a lot with AEW. AEW, whenever like they build up a show and the show is not built very well, the show itself ends up knocking it out of the park. Same deal with this show. It's the same deal with this show. This show knocked it out of the frickin' park. And I think it's a testament for WWE to really actually care about doing an Evolution every single year. Like, this show was fantastic. From top to bottom, this show was fantastic. Number one, we had the three-way for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. We had Bayley versus Becky Lynch, who was the defending champion, taking on Lyra Valkyria. Now, I will say this. I've been very critical of, especially in the beginning of the year, of the direction of the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I think it was a kind of a dumb idea for WWE to bring in a Women's Intercontinental title and a Women's US title. Because it's the same reason as to why I'm not a fan of the Women's Tag titles. And that is because of the fact that there was just no foundation for these Women's mid-card titles. It's the same thing as the, of course, Women's Tag titles. You know what I'm saying? There's just no foundation. And I feel like if there's one thing that WWE has improved upon when it comes to the Women's Intercontinental, any of the mid-card titles, it's the direction of the Women's Intercontinental Championship. I thought Lyra Valkyria's first run was kind of a dud. But throughout the build of course, Becky Lynch versus Lyra Valkyria, I genuinely believe if there's somebody that has benefited greatly off of this entire feud, it's Lyra Valkyria. And honestly, it's been phenomenal. Lyra Valkyria looked great. Becky Lynch looked phenomenal. Bayley was incredible. And I think the right woman won. I think, number one, Becky Lynch is going to hold on to the Women's Intercontinental title for a while. Not to mention, her holding the Intercontinental title made the Women's Intercontinental title way more important than it should have been. And I applaud WWE for that. So, honestly, the opening match was fantastic. Then we had, of course, the NXT Women's title as Jordynne Grace took on Jacy Jayne. I don't watch NXT, but this was the show where Mariah May turned heel. She came in as a babyface, and she turned heel on Jordynne Grace, ultimately leading to Jacy Jayne to retain her NXT Women's title. It's only a matter of time. I think Jacy Jayne, from what I observe, I don't watch NXT, but Jacy Jayne, from the moment Blake Monroe or or Mariah May came in, you knew who was going to be the next NXT Women's Champion, and it was going to be Blake Monroe or Mariah May. From this point on, I'm just going to call her Mariah May because I'm just used to her calling her Mariah May. But Mariah May turned heel on this show, and she gave the belt to Jacy Jayne, but she didn't join up with Jacy Jayne or anything. From what it looks like, she's going to be the top heel and the top women's wrestler on the NXT brand, and that's the way it should be. But as of right now, Jacy Jayne is still the NXT Women's Champion. Also, we had the tag team match. We had the tag team match with the three women. We had Zarya and Sol Ruka taking on the Kabuki Warriors, taking on Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. That was a great match as well. The crazy thing about that match is the fact that not a lot of people like Charlotte Flair, myself included. And you saw people actually cheer for Charlotte Flair. Not necessarily just Charlotte Flair, but the team of Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I think that's the biggest takeaway that I can give you guys for this type of match. Everybody was cheering for that. And I think we're in for something special. I feel like WWE, and I know I sound like this sounds very cliche and this sounds very Marky-ish of me, but I think the pairing of Alexa Bliss and, you know, and Charlotte Flair, I think they hit diamond in a bottle. I think this could be something that WWE could work with, and I think this is something that could definitely, you know, I don't want to say elevate either Alexa Bliss or Charlotte Flair because both women are already made. But what I'm saying is that this could really, how do I put it into words? Make them feel important, because let's be honest, Charlotte Flair to me hasn't really felt important. I could care less about what Charlotte Flair is doing. I thought the build to her WrestleMania match against Tiffany Stratton was god awful, and after that, realistically, Charlotte Flair wasn't really doing anything. And I think the pairing with her and Alexa Bliss, I think it gives something for not only Alexa Bliss to do, but it also gives something for, you know, Charlotte Flair to be doing. And the fans are actually benefiting from it. But the Judgment Day ended up getting the win, that being Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez. But Sol Ruca, it was the highlight in my opinion. We had Tiffany Stratton taking on 49-year-old Trish Stratus for the women's title. Overall thoughts on the match. Again, this was one of those matches that were just thrown together last minute, and you would expect somebody like Trish Stratus to be in a singles match on a show like this. I've been very critical of Trish Stratus and her most recent run, because if you guys don't remember, they paired her with Zoe Starks like 2 years ago, and it was just a horrible run in my opinion. The whole "thank you Trish" thing, I absolutely despised it. I just didn't like that creative approach for her. But Trish Stratus, even at her age, is still amazing in the ring. She's a Hall of Famer, and she still looks amazing at 49 years old. She is insane and phenomenal in the ring. But when it comes to Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus, again, I wasn't really that excited about the match, because you would expect Trish Stratus to be in a singles match at a show like Evolution. And also, the match was really short. It was like almost like 10 minutes, if not already 10 minutes. But with the time that they had, they essentially got all their shit in, and it looked good in the process. I think Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus looked phenomenally well. They gelled well together. They had great chemistry together. And it was one of those matches that went straight to the point. It wasn't like other matches where it starts off really slow and then they do the slow build up and then the match intensifies. It wasn't like that. It was a match that literally went straight to the point, and the crowd was all invested in it. And that is what I really liked about that match. So overall, Trish Stratus versus Tiffany Stratton was really good. And the standing ovation that Trish Stratus was given by the entire crowd in Atlanta was fantastic. And and I will say this, if there's one highlight, and there's a lot of highlights on this show. There are a lot of highlights on this show, but if there's one highlight that I could really just mention, that one highlight is the crowd. The crowd, I mean, it's no secret that Evolution struggled to sell tickets. A couple of days ago, they were at 4,000, and by bell time, they reached up to 8,000, which is great, and it's an accomplishment in and of itself. But it went to show you how last minute WWE booked this show. But the crowd, man, I've always said this, and I even stated this earlier in the stream. The best crowds are the crowds that are smaller. I guarantee you 1,000 people in an intimate setting is 10 times louder than 60,000 people in a stadium. That's just the nature of the beast. Smaller crowds give a more intimate setting, and as a result of that intimate setting, you get louder crowds, and we got those louder crowds when it came to this show. Not only this show, but we also got that with All In, but granted, All In was like 20,000 people. But I mean, the crowd in Evolution was just fantastic, and they were completely invested in everything that they were doing. So hats off to the crowd in Atlanta. Then we had Jade Cargill versus Naomi. Of course, Jade Cargill is the #1 contender for the women's title, and she's going to be facing Tiffany Stratton at SummerSlam in August at MetLife Stadium And knowing the result of what happened at the end of the show, you would expect that Naomi was going to hold on to her cash-in all the way till SummerSlam, but that was not the case. But we're going to get into Naomi's cash-in later as we recap this show. I thought Jade and Naomi was a pretty good match. Again, a relatively short match. A lot of people were interested, especially when they announced last night at Saturday Night's Main Event that Bianca Belair was going to be the special guest referee. But essentially, some people are saying this was probably Jade's best match. I even stated it earlier in this stream. Jade Cargill has improved, but I feel like she hasn't improved enough to the point where WWE, I feel like, is satisfied. I think WWE really wants Jade Cargill to improve even more. And keep in mind, it's been well over a year that Jade Cargill has been in the WWE. So Jade Cargill really needs to improve fast. But I will say, I mean, Jade and Naomi was a phenomenal match, and they got all the things that they needed to get through. Of course, Jade ended up hitting the Jaded on Naomi through her table, ultimately getting the win. And a lot of people were asking me, and I know I have a lot of people in the chat asking me, oh, why did Naomi lose? She should have won this match. Jade got the win. But you need to realize, if you're going to have Jade Cargill go into a world title match, especially at your second biggest show of the year, you cannot have her lose and get pinned clean. I'm sorry. But there was a clear reason as to why WWE, I will say, I got to give credit to WWE. They literally made us think that Naomi was going to cash in at SummerSlam simply because of the fact that she lost this match. But that was not the case. But we will talk about her cash in later on as we continue on to recap this show. So overall, I thought Jade and Naomi was a pretty good match. Also in this show, they announced a Gauntlet tomorrow night on Raw. CM Punk, Penta, LA Knight, Braun Breaker, they're going to be involved in this Gauntlet. I think that is the best possible match for CM Punk to face Gunther. I think CM Punk is going to be facing Gunther, considering the fact that Seth Rollins, from what it looks like, is injured. And according, I believe, to PW Insider, they were stating that, you know, Seth Rollins was in crutches. So we're going to have to wait and see. But overall, we got that announcement. After that, we had the Battle Royal. I thought the Battle Royal was pretty entertaining. It was a mixture of talent from Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. The last three women in the match were Lash Legend, Nia Jax, and Stephanie Vaquer. There was only one logical woman to win this match, and that was Stephanie Vaquer. If there's one person that WWE is banking highly on to be at the top of the women's division, it is Stephanie Vaquer. There was a main reason as to why they signed Stephanie Vaquer last year. Number one, they saw her match with the Mercedes Moné last year at Forbidden Door, and her match with the Mercedes Moné at Forbidden Door was fantastic. She wasn't even signed by AEW. They saw that, and they immediately snatched her up, and it was one of the smartest things WWE had done. And now look at the investment that they have made in Stephanie Vaquer. Nobody knew who Stephanie Vaquer was well over a year ago. Now, a year later, everybody knows who Stephanie Vaquer is. And now Stephanie Vaquer is going to be facing for from what it looks like, the Women's World Championship at Clash in Paris, depending on whoever is going to be the champion. But Stephanie Vaquer winning the match was definitely the right decision to make. Then we had the main event. We had Io Sky defending her Women's World Championship against Rhea Ripley. Again, a match that a lot of people were not really excited about, simply because of the fact that we already saw Rhea Ripley and Io Sky wrestle. It was a balls to the wall, straight to the point, all packed with action type of match. Everything about it was fantastic. I think the chemistry that, again, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley have, they gel really well together. I will say, though, I don't know why the match went all over the crowd. To me, I mean, they wanted to do the crossbody moment with Io Sky, but still, they didn't really need to go overboard and really take it to the crowd. If it was a no-holds-barred match, I'd understand. Granted, the referee was down, but still, they didn't need to go in the crowd. That's just me. But the match was fantastic, man. Everything about the match was really good. But I will say, man, the cash-in, that's literally going to be the biggest talking point throughout this whole show, was Naomi cashing in successfully, making it into a triple threat and winning the women's world title, pinning Io Sky. I will say, man, that was a crazy ass moment because, again, WWE literally made us think WWE themselves literally made us think that she was going to cash in at SummerSlam, and she was going to cash in on either Tiffany Stratton or Jade Cargill, and they even mentioned it on commentary. They even mentioned it on commentary. But Naomi cashing in, man, the pop that the crowd gave Naomi, man, was insane. And from what it looks like now, Naomi successfully cashed in, and she is your new Women's World Champion, and rightfully deserved. Yes, she won the women's title before, but that was when she was a babyface all the way back in like 2017. Dude, Naomi's a Trinity / Naomi. She's a different type. She's a different type of wrestler now. She's a different type of person. She has a new character. And say what you want about the character, you may say it's a little bit over the top, but it's working, and a lot of people are invested in Naomi. And I think them putting the strap on Naomi was the best possible move. Not to mention, it was completely unpredictable. Nobody expected Naomi to cash in on this show. Everybody expected her to cash in at SummerSlam because, again, that was the most logical choice, but that didn't happen. Instead, they went with tonight, and Naomi is your new WWE Women's World Champion. So overall thoughts on WWE Evolution, I really enjoyed it, man. It was a fantastic show. I thought from top to bottom, there was not one dud on this show. Not one bad match. Every single match on this card delivered. Every single match on this card delivered. And that is the biggest takeaway that I can give you when it comes to Evolution. And out of all of the shows that we saw this week, All In was an amazing show, and up until Evolution, that was the best wrestling show of the entire weekend. Evolution even tops All In my opinion. And I think both All In and Evolution combined, both shows, All In and Evolution, both of those shows were 10 times better than this year's WrestleMania. I'm dead serious when I say that. Evolution was better than WrestleMania. All In was better than WrestleMania. By far the weakest show throughout this entire weekend. I'm not going to say NXT Great American Bash because, number one, I didn't watch NXT Great American Bash. But the one thing I will say about NXT Great American Bash is that nobody gave a shit about NXT Great American Bash. And it clearly shows how much WWE just does not give a shit about the position that they put their wrestlers in. I think them putting NXT Great American Bash head-to-head against AEW was kind of stupid. I mean, again, the consequences that WWE got with that was the fact that nobody was watching that show. Nobody watched NXT Great American Bash. Nobody. You may have like 5 fans watching that shit and hyping it up, but nobody was watching that shit. I'm sorry. But from the 3 major shows, All In, Evolution, and Saturday Night's Main Event, the worst show was Saturday Night's Main Event, and the best show was Evolution. All In was amazing, but it was probably the best show up until Evolution. Evolution, in my opinion, was even better than All In. And that is saying something because All In was a balls-to-the-wall show. I fucking enjoyed. I loved All In. It was a great show. But from top to bottom, there was no duds like All In. There were some bad spots on the show. Not from a in-ring standpoint, but from the simple fact that, number one, the match placement I felt like was a little wrong, and the fact that the show went way too long. And I know a lot of people are going to get mad at me saying, oh, why are you complaining that the show is too long? I'm sorry, bro. If you're mad at me because I think the show is too long, clearly all you watch is wrestling. You don't watch other pieces of media. But still, I thought one of the biggest problems with All In was the fact that the show was just way too long. And I feel like AEW really needs to fix that. But in terms of Evolution, for a show that I just didn't give a shit about, Evolution delivered 110%. I'd give the show a 9 out of 10. Well, that was my WWE Evolution live stream. Nasty Canada commented on the stream, whoa, I got to give it to those fully shaved, fully seasoned, fully sweaty beef curtains to put on a great show. What the hell are you saying, bro? You're crazy for saying that. Jeffrey Champion, which match was better? The triple threat or the women's championship match? I really enjoyed the women's championship match, not to mention the moment of Naomi cashing in definitely tops it. If you even compare the two, I mean, there's not even a comparison. The triple threat was great, but the fact that Naomi cashed in the main event on a match that was just really amazing in and of itself, even without the cash in, I mean, dude, you got to give WWE credit. But still, overall, man, this was a pretty good show. I really enjoyed it for what it was. It was a fantastic show, easily the best show of the entire weekend. And yeah, that was WrestleHavoc Live. That was the end of my WWE Evolution Live reactions. I thank you guys so much for joining me on the live stream. We're almost up to 1,000 people joining this live stream. So thank you guys so much. Jeffrey Champion in the chat. It was a big win for the women. 100% a big win for the women. But I'm going to get out of here. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, push that bell for notifications. Have me look out for more videos right here on the WrestleHavoc channel, in which we discuss everything in and outside of the squared circle. Make sure to like and subscribe for more content. And as the Virgin Free would say, ring, ring, ring that damn bell for more notifications. And as always, it is yours truly, Flamin' Ricky DeRays, signing out. I'll see you guys all in the next stream and in the next video. Peace.